Yo, this is Tim Man TC.
And this is your boy High IQ.
And this is Fried Bologna.
The podcast is as random as Kobe turned into a fat ass.
Fried Bologna.
A hood delicacy.
It's like an itch you can't scratch. It's like a bitch you can't shake. I still wanna.
Yo, what's happening, man?
What's up, bro?
Man, you know, the usual, man. Just making it, trying to fight this cold. A little stuffy.
Ah, shit. Getting under the weather, huh?
Yeah, I don't know what it's doing. It's all good. What's going on, man? What's going on in your world?
Man, it's a lot going on, man. This fight game, we got Jon Jones.
Man. Talk about disappointment.
Yeah, man.
Jesus Christ.
Here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. He's looking at, like, I think a 3 to 4 year ban. If it actually turns out he did cheat, right? I think they're waiting on a B sample or whatever, right? But if he does get that ban, he's out until he's like 34.
Yeah, which means he should just retire. This should be it. This should be it. Like you don't make another comeback at 34. You know, yeah, you're not Lance Armstrong.
So how do you think? Because you know DC got KO with a head kick, right?
Right.
Like, so how do you think DC feels? Like, is DC like, well, yeah, he was cheating, so I am the real champ? Or do you think he feels like, I never beat this dude? Like, deep down in his heart, what do you think?
You know, I thought about this, right? Because in my opinion, if Jon Jones beat him by like bear hugging him and like, you know, just manhandling the guy, like I think Cormier is probably like, hey, that shit wasn't legit. But he got knocked out with a kick to the head. Like he lost from a kick to the head. It's like if a basketball player's on steroids, yeah, it might give him more endurance, it might give him more confidence, it might make him stronger, but there's no steroids to put the ball in the basket. That's still skill. That kick to the head took a lot of skill. So I really do think that Cormier still doesn't really believe that he can beat him or believes that the steroids were really that big of an advantage during the fight. I don't think he really believes that deep down.
Well, it's gonna be interesting too, like what the fans are gonna be like, because it seemed like Jon Jones could throw babies off a bridge into the river, and they would still, as long as his record was intact, Jon Jones could do no wrong. I mean, DC was doing everything right, and they were still like, Jon Jones is my guy. I get it, but now I wonder. Now you got to be like, okay, DC, we got to give you props, man. You've been here for 4 years doing everything right. I wonder if they're gonna side with DC now. I wonder if Jon Jones is actually going to lose his fan base after this.
You know, I think he should. And don't get me wrong, I'm a Jon Jones fan. I'm not a huge MMA fan, but I like Jon Jones. I respect him. But I don't think he deserves his fans to have his back anymore. Like, fans giving him too many chances.
Yeah. And what I'm about to tell you is going to sound crazy, but listen, man, there's just certain people in life that are just tailor-made to keep fucking up. And I think that's just what it is with Jon Jones. I also think that when you're that talented, when it comes that easy to you, I mean, he was doing coke before fights, getting trashed before championship fights, right? I think it's very easy to like get into this thing where you're like, I'm bigger than the sport. Like even if you're humble, it will start to turn for you where you're like, man, this is easy work every time I go out. And you think you can just get away with everything.
I can agree with that. But I also think that Jon Jones is just a victim of the era in which he came up. Think about it. If Jon Jones was in the 70s or 80s, him doing coke before his match would have been the norm. Nobody would have thought nothing of it. That's just him, you know, basically drinking a Gatorade before. He's getting hydrated on some coke. That's what he's doing. Just his pre-fight ritual. if he was doing steroids, that's just like, in baseball when, I know this is like the late 90s, or when Sammy Sosa and Mark McGwire were hitting home runs. I just think he doesn't understand that this is a whole new wave of athletes, and doing coke and doing steroids is no longer accepted in the sporting world. You can't do it.
Can't do it, bro. I mean, you're getting tested very often. Yeah, man. I'm not a fighter, but I couldn't imagine. Yeah, based on the last call, I couldn't imagine getting trashed and then the next night going to fight a championship fight.
If I don't have a good night's sleep, I'm not playing well the next day.
Right? If I don't have a good breakfast, I might have an off game.
If I don't have my peanut butter and jelly sandwich, I'm not performing well.
Yeah, man. And I prefer boxing over MMA, but MMA is brutal, bro. Like MMA, it's very easy to die in there, man. Taking head kicks to the dome, elbows to the orbital bone, man.
Somebody can rip your arms smooth off.
Yeah, man. There's been a couple times where they've showed people breaking people's arms. Like you can see it snap.
Yeah.
You can see the arm snap. And I got a story for you.
What's up?
Another combat sports story for you. So this was
combat sports story for who?
Well, it happened to me. It's me that experienced this.
This would be another a low IQ moment, would it?
We'll call it
We're coining that low IQ moment.
Hey man, hey, in the words of the great Heath Ledger, R.I.P. Sometimes I just do things, and yeah, man. So this was back when I was, lifting heavy, pretty swole.
Uh-huh.
And I went to a gym, and literally right across the street was a jujitsu. I think they call it a gym or a dojo. I don't know. And this is like right around the time where MMA is blowing up. It's getting it's becoming mainstream, right? And I was like, you know what? I've been watching a lot of MMA. Let me go try this shit out, right? So I just walk in there, and I already expect to be one of the bigger guys in the gym, right? And which is the case. And as soon as I walk in, the instructor, he just literally is at the door, and he's like, hey, how you doing? I was like, I'm here to just mess around. What's up? On some cocky shit, like on some Conor McGregor shit, like throw somebody at me. I'm ready already, right? And he's like, he gives me like this half sign. He's like, okay, well, yeah, I mean, you can feel free to grapple with us. We're just doing some drills right now. But I tell you what, you're a pretty big guy. I nodded in agreement. And he's looking around the dojo, and I'm like, and I guess he's looking for someone to roll around with me or whatever. And I see a Samoan dude. He's shorter than me. He's like 5'6", right? But he is like built like a tank. I'm like, okay, they're probably gonna give me this guy or whatever, right?
Yeah, and, they usually are.
Right, yeah. And I start, so I kind of like low key am getting myself mentally prepared to roll around with this gorilla, right? And he's like, yeah, well, you know what? I tell you what, I don't want to have you roll around with like one of our black belts or red belts or anything like that. So we'll have you roll around with one of our green belts, right? All right, cool. And points to this little girl in the corner. And I was like, oh, you're fucking kidding, right? I mean, when I say little girl, she was probably, I would say she was maybe 19 or 20, maybe, right? And
right.
she was very like petite, right? I was like, hey, no disrespect, but I'm walking around right now at 205. Maybe I should roll around with someone big. He said, no, this is a good exercise. If you're a beginner, just roll around with her and just try to pin her and don't let her pin you. I was like, fair enough, right? So, okay, so she starts on her back. And so like, I think they call it, I'm in her guard, right? So all I really got to do is like literally, I'm thinking just kind of like put my weight on her, right? And just stay on top of her.
You said she was 19, right? You said 19.
Yeah.
Just checking the age. That's all.
Yeah. That sounded really, really bad. But so I put my weight on her, right? And something interesting happened. I ended up on my back, and she was like before I could even blink, she had me in an arm bar, right? And I'm fighting so my elbow doesn't hyperextend, right? And let me tell you something, man. No matter how swole you are, no matter how strong you are, leverage is unfucking defeated. So she just had the leverage on me. So my arm is literally, it's already straight. And at this point, at this point, I'm panicking inside. At this point, I'm panicking because now it's like, okay, is she gonna snap my shit up, or am I gonna tap? And then a little tiny voice in the back of my head. It was a real nigga voice, and it was like, nigga, you're not tapping, so let her break the fucking arm. It's just a fucking arm, right? And so that's what happened. Like she was bending it, and then like at this point in time, of course, like always, a small crowd starts to gather in the fucking dojo, and all eyes are on me. And it's bending, and it's starting to hyperextend, right? And at this point, like the other fighters are kind of cheering, you know, because I guess they're cheering like, man, he's about to snap his shit, and he's not trying to tap. Right? Yeah, they want to see a bone come through the arm, right? And then like it got to a point where I was like, oh yeah, this is really painful because it's starting to click, right? And that's when the instructor was like, okay, hey man, just tap. And like I must have like,
what were you thinking?
Man, I told you, man, I just do things, man. And look, I wasn't even like, everyone else had like gis on. Nigga was like wearing a do-rag, white beater, and some basketball shorts, rolling around with these high-level grapplers and shit, right? And so when my elbow starts to click, or whatever was clicking, something's making a sound. And the instructor's like, yeah, okay, man, just tap. And I gave him like a Ivan Drago look, and I was like, I ain't tapping. Right? And then like he's like okay. He backed away and he nodded to the girl, and then that's when shit got real. Like that's when I guess she was just going like half. Yeah. So at this point my arm is bending the other way. Yeah, my arm's bending the other way, and they were like, okay man, tap, it's about to break, right? And I was like, I'm not tapping. And then she did one more thing. I was like, okay, I'll tap. And and then of course I get up, brush myself off, and I was like, man, I don't know how I ended up on is she preparing for like, is she gonna be like a professional fighter? Like, no. I was like, oh shit. So I get up, brush myself off, and just like how it happened in the boxing gym, I get like a pity clap, like, hey man, like that's job, man. Great work, man. And then he was like, and then the instructor comes over to him, he's like, you know, that was highly irresponsible what you did. he gives me his card, he's like, gives me a pat on the back, he's like, if you really want training, just come back, right? And I haven't gone back yet, man. I haven't gone back, but Yeah.
What you mean?
That's my.
Don't ever go back.
I've got to be honest, man. I probably won't go back there.
Good,
I'm done.
because she's bigger and stronger, and she's probably got knockout power now.
One hit KO power. Yeah.
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 That was another low IQ moment. Low IQ moment.
Now, when this story first happened, I tweaked the story a little bit, and I was telling people, I rode around with Ronda Rousey, but I don't think it was Ronda. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm certain it wasn't Ronda.
Yeah, I would have been in the fucking hospital if it was Ronda, bruh. Yeah, man.
Although you were a little happier than you should have been when she got knocked out by Holly Holm.
Yeah. I mean, Holly got skills, man. She's fighting the Mike Tyson of women's MMA coming up in Cyborg, but I don't know how that's going to turn out.
Isn't that the fighter who Ronda Rousey was scared of for all them years?
Yeah, that's the fighter that every woman fears, man. She's the Mike Tyson of women's MMA, dude. Like, no joke, man. No joke.
Huh.
I don't know if I got a price. I don't know if they could pay me enough, bro. I don't know if they could pay me enough to get in the ring with her.
They could pay me enough. I mean,
dude,
I've never been knocked out, but eventually you wake up. You know what I'm saying? So it's only going to hurt for a second, I think, and probably upon waking up. But the whole time I'm knocked out, it won't be that bad. I'm just saying there's worse things. There's worse things.
That's assuming you wake up. But yeah,
she wouldn't kill me. I don't think she's got kill me power. Kill me knockout power. I'm not trying to test it. I'm just saying I don't think she does. Come on now.
Well, it's so let's just say I think it really depends on how you fucking fall, man. I mean, like you get KO'd, you're out before you hit the ground. If you land on your back, the back of your head's hitting that hard ass mat.
I've seen dudes fall flat on their face and they get up and walk out of the ring.
Dude.
And some of these guys have got knocked out by Mike Tyson.
Dude, but what
don't get me wrong, they can't talk for shit these days. they have very, very few words that they can say properly, but they're all right for the most part.
Yeah, but I started listening to this podcast that has a lot of like MMA fighters on there, and like just like you, I assume like, hey, they got up, eventually they woke up, and they still have some cobwebs, but they're recovering, they'll be okay, man. But that's not the case. I heard a story where it was this heavyweight fighter, and he was in a very, very tough fight. And he ended up getting his orbital bone smashed, right?
Mm.
And so, that sucks. And then, so he, I forget how the fight ends. I think he kept on fighting. He didn't know it was broken, and he loses. It was a decision. And so, as he exits the octagon, the story he tells is like, like everyone thought it was really cool of me to like stay around and like talk to the fans and, sign some autographs before I went to the locker room. But he's like, in actuality, the reason why I did that was because I couldn't find the locker room. Like the arena had turned into a maze. Like I didn't even know where to step to even get away from the crowd. I was just lost in the crowd. My brain had no recall. I was like, oh,
he got the memory knocked out of him. He got the short-term memory beat out of him.
Standing around signing autographs like an idiot. The next fight going on, you still in the crowd, concussed. I was like, when I heard that story, I was like, maybe I need to just chill on this boxing shit. But that's crazy, man. But that's the stuff you don't
Yeah,
hear,
that's
man.
pretty crazy. Yeah,
Dude.
I shouldn't be laughing that hard at that. That sucks.
It does suck, yeah. But I mean, he's okay now, I guess. I guess he's okay. Yeah.
Did he
man.
ever find the locker room?
He his team came back out and helped him.
Like where the hell is he?
Yeah. They're all giving niggas pep talks. I'm like, wait, what? So he's not even here. Yeah. It's crazy, man.
He'd
crazy.
still be out there right now.
Right. Yeah. I think he even said, he's like, yeah, I mean, thank God for my team, man, because, I mean, like, I had no way of getting back to the locker room. And like, especially in MMA, like, from the octagon to the locker room is usually a pretty clear path. There may be like a slight turn, but it's like, you probably should be able to find it.
Yeah, with I guess staying with fighting for a second. There's a rather large spectacle happening on Saturday evening.
Yeah.
I find myself anticipating it.
Yeah, man. This is gonna be a very interesting event, a very entertaining event. Listen, man. We'll see what happens, man.
Yeah, I'm very curious. I know Paulie approached Conor and his manager with some issues that he was having. But, from that video that Dana White posted, making it look like Paulie was getting his ass kicked, which, I mean, after the fight, looking at his face, it kind of did look like he was getting his ass kicked. But, you only saw, 10 seconds from the video and for angles. And that was probably Conor's only highlight, all 12 rounds they were sparring. So the fighter in Paulie, I can't fault him for being pissed off that they released that video. And I mean, you got to think when you got to sign a non-disclosure agreement, something's going to be up. Like when they're controlling all the content, you got to expect that.
But that's where I kind of, and that's where I kind of don't get me wrong. Paulie's a homie. I really do like, I like him as a fighter and I like him especially as a commentator. He really knows his shit, but I'm looking at him
Super
like,
honest.
dude. Yeah, like, dude, you were talking all this shit, like a year ago about Conor, and they invited you to spar with Conor, and Conor even said, like, we're gonna settle some things that he said a year ago. So, what do you think it was gonna be? You had to know you were being set up. Like,
yeah, but also, like, they caught Paulie when he's out of shape, man. He's retired. He ain't in boxing shape. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, all right, if you're a former hooper, like you played basketball, but you don't play anymore. You hung it up. You were still pretty good. And you play some super in shape high school kid, he's going to score some buckets on you. Even if you're better. You're just not in basketball shape. So I think, Paulie being out of practice, just, he got slapped up a little bit. But I find it hard to believe that he would lose. Lose in 12 rounds against Conor, which I think that's going to be Conor's big Achilles heel is his conditioning. I don't think he has it in him to fight 12 complete rounds.
No,
4 to 5,
same here.
probably.
Yeah, same here. I think. Real quick about the Paulie thing, though. The worst thing Paulie can do, and it looks like he's going down this path. It's looking like he wants to set up a fight against Conor. And that might be a really, really, really bad mistake. Because Paulie's last fight, he fought a C-level fighter and lost. I mean, I think he lost, like, it was very, I think the fight got stopped. I think. It was in England.
Yeah, he was getting blown out.
Right. And so he's getting up there in age. He's been off for 2 years. Hasn't really been thinking about fighting. You're setting up Conor for more fame. The worst thing that can happen to Paulie is if he gets in that ring and he doesn't have it anymore, which very well could be the case because he lost to a C-level fighter a year ago. It looks bad. It's close. And it may be
that's
close.
very true. Yeah, that's very true.
Go.
Can you blame him though for wanting that payday?
I don't blame him. I don't blame him, man. I know money talks, man, but you really could end up fucking up your legacy, man. You really could. I don't know, and I don't. And also, apparently, the Mayweather McGregor fight is not selling like people thought it would sell.
That's because their tickets are costing a small fortune.
Yeah, a Bentley, yeah.
That's yeah. I mean, for entertainment, there's no show on earth worth that much. I would not pay that much to see the second coming of Jesus Christ live. I would not pay it.
Yeah, there's a lot of really stupid rich people. But I don't see how I could pay. I think like Earl Spence spent like $215,000 for front row seats, 2 tickets. I don't see the logic there.
That's frivolous.
Yeah, man. Here's
me hating. I don't know.
Well, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I would say I'm 20% hating, but 80% is logic. I'm good. I can't even pay $100 for this fight, honestly.
Oh God, no.
Yeah, man. Here's a little point I want to make about this fight. And I'm sure you've heard the media and all this stuff talk about the possibility of Conor. What if Conor beats Floyd? What if Conor knocks out Floyd? What if Conor knocks down Floyd? All this stuff, right? What happens if Floyd knocks Conor the fuck out?
Yeah, nobody's really talking about that.
Yeah, this could be. I believe that like fame is a motherfucker, man. Like I believe that fame is always temporary, and usually when you're such a big star like Conor is, usually when the fame starts to slip away, it comes crashing down, and it's very abrupt, right? So like,
and he's out of character right now. This is not his comfort zone.
Exactly, and it could be one of those things where I do believe he's very confident. I really actually believe he knows he can win this fight, right? But sometimes
I think he hopes he can.
I think he actually believes it, man. I really do. But I think that.
Well, I guess you're supposed to. I guess you're supposed to. He's a competitor. He's supposed to believe he's going to win.
Yeah. But I think that I think sometimes you can get in over your head, and there's a lot of money that he's going against. Like the Mayweathers have been boxing for damn near 50 years, right? 50 years of boxing knowledge, right? And 20 years of doing good business in Vegas, doing good business with Showtime and all that stuff.
I would say if we're talking like collectively, if we're talking Roger, Floyd Sr., and Floyd Jr.'s like collective knowledge of boxing, you're probably talking about 100 years of boxing knowledge collectively.
That's a good point, yeah. And I think it may be one of those things where, see, on the other side, on the UFC side, what if they know, like, this is going to be the end of Conor, but it's such a big payday that they had to take it? What if Conor is the only one that isn't in on the joke, if that makes sense?
Yeah. If Conor goes back to the MMA, he's going to do numbers because people are going to want to see the comeback. UFC wins either way. They're going to want to see Conor's return to the octagon. Like, that's a thing. Like, that's going to be a thing.
Right. Okay, you're right. But if he gets I'm saying if he gets knocked out, if he gets knocked the fuck out, like I'm talking like it's embarrassing. It's just horrible, right? That stock drops significantly because the fans are fickle. Like the same people that are talking about like he's the second coming of Bruce Lee are going to be talking about how he's a sham and he should have never been in the ring and all that. Case in point, when Conor lost the first fight against Nate Diaz, did you know he lost 1 million followers on Twitter?
Whoa, no, I did not.
Yeah, he lost 1 million followers after he lost against If it wasn't Twitter, it was maybe Facebook or Instagram. I can't remember, but he lost 1 million followers. So if he gets knocked out cold, I think he takes a big hit. And now, once you get knocked out, it's very easy for you to get knocked out again. So now you're going to go back to MMA, and the division he's going to go into, the 155 division, has murderers, has killers waiting for him. I mean, like literally, like it's like, hey man, you got a parking ticket, but yeah, you gonna go San Quentin, bro. That's how it is, man. They can't wait. I think it could be the beginning of the end, man. If he gets if he gets hurt, if he gets knocked out, for real, man.
That would be interesting to see. I'm looking forward to seeing if that happen, but I don't know. MMA fighters get beat and knocked out all the time, and then they come back and win the next fight, and it kind of wipes away their that moment of vulnerability that they showed. So I don't think it would have that big an impact. I still think he's a very marketable fighter, whether when he loses this fight, no matter how he loses, right? He's still extremely marketable.
Oh man, I don't know, man. I mean, I hear you, but I just remember the peak, the high peak that Ronda Rousey was at, like.
Oh, and she fell from a very, 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 very high mountain.
See, that's what I'm saying. The type of fame
she could be Floyd.
Right? Yeah. Remember all those rumors? I think she started all that bullshit. She could take Floyd in a fight, and I was like, this is ridiculous. But I think the type of fame and stardom Conor has right now, it only ends one way, bro. You don't get to continue to be Harvey Dent. You eventually turn into a fucking monster, bro. You know what I mean? Like it comes crashing down. But maybe he's an exception like Floyd. Maybe he'll have like a 20-year run and he'll just become like this super celebrity superstar. I don't know, but
does anybody have a 20-year run in the UFC? Ken Shamrock, maybe?
No.
It wasn't like a 20-year successful run. I mean, his best years were in the WWF or WWE.
Yeah. I mean, I think the closest, and it wasn't even close to 10 years. I want to say maybe, we'll have to look this up, but it had to be Anderson Silva. He was on an incredible win streak until he started to play around with Chris Weidman and got rocked. But yeah, Anderson Silva was a beast. Man, he was dope.
Yeah, kick you straight in the face. Kick you straight in the face. Hey, I will tell you the worst part about that. And nobody talks about this because I don't think you really think about it. I think the worst part of getting knocked out with a straight kick to the face is the fact that another man's foot is in your face, touching your face. Like you could be exhaling, your mouth could be open, and a man is putting his foot in your face. I think that's the worst part of it.
You know, I have actually thought the exact same thing. Like, I'm not really worried about the concussion or the brain damage. Like, this dude's foot either hit my mouth, the bottom of his foot, the bottom. Like, the bottom.
Oh, it's terrible.
I could deal with the top. Yeah.
Maybe. Ah, man, I would try to get a clause in all my fight contracts that he's got to wear socks. Like, there's got to be a sock fight. Like, we gotta have socks on, man. I do not want to get kicked in the face with a bare man's foot. That's like one of my top 5 fears. One of my top 5 fears.
Yeah, man. Well, yeah, it's up there. It is up there. The foot, the bottom.
Yeah. Man foot. Man foot's different than woman's foot. Woman foot isn't as gross as man foot.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Oh, real quick, about one last point I want to make about the Mayweather-McGregor fight. And I hope the people that are listening to this can actually do something. This is a public service announcement. We're only 3 days out from the fight.
This shit sounds pretty serious.
No more interviews with Floyd Mayweather Sr. Enough.
It's got to stop. It's got to stop.
Enough.
Yeah. We don't want to hear him try to talk anymore.
I can't do it, man. Like, and it's like I'll be casually, the TV will be on, and then I'll see like a rerun of Undisputed, and he's on there, and it's like I want to look away. I don't want to watch the fucking interview because it's cringeworthy, but it's like I got to listen to this shit, And the last time he was on,
it's like his mouth has gridlock traffic in it.
Yeah. It's like he's fighting himself to talk, man. I don't know if that's like I'm assuming it's just from boxing, but like I just couldn't listen to it anymore when he was on Undisputed, because it was the same. It was, man, guess what? But he would never say a point. He just like, guess what? Well, look at here. Conor McGregor. Look, guess what? Let me tell you. I was like, what the fuck?
That's because words just appear in his head, and he says them as they appear. And there's only about 10 of them.
Man, if I was in the studio, I'd be like, okay, we gotta go fucking commercial. This nigga's not even making the point. He's not even making a sentence. Cut the fucking commercial, man. But I thought because last year, a couple years ago, the last time Floyd fought, I thought it couldn't get any worse when Floyd Sr. was getting up on stage rhyming every time. And I felt like somebody on the money team should have been like, Pops, this ain't the 60s and 70s. That's not, we don't really rhyme
how we get down
like that.
anymore.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Berto, you got to go because Floyd's big toe. I'm like, oh, God. KO in the ring, you already know. I was like, oh,
and these are the Braves.
I was like, this nigga about to start pop locking? Jesus Christ. Yeah, man.
Yeah, his flow is definitely dated.
Yeah, man, it's the Sugar Hill Gang. That's like when they first invented rap. I think that's like how everyone rhymes when they first start rhyming,
Yeah.
Gee.
Yeah, my first rhyme book was pretty weak like that.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, mine was too. I actually recorded some records, and I was like, oh man, I'm trash. Fuck.
Yeah, I could have told you was trash. You just don't seem like you got bars. Like you don't seem like you're kind of like you don't. I don't know. You just strike me as not a rapper.
Oh, that's funny because you really got quiet when I recorded that fucking diss record against you. You never retaliated off of that one.
You never released the track, and you're the only one that's ever heard it.
I have proof. I was going at you and
Lick.
A mutual. Yeah.
And there's no way you wanted it. You never released the track because you would have got laughed off campus. We would have ja ruled you.
It happened. It happened, and it was respected. No one retaliated. I'm just gonna say, let's leave it at that.
Nobody heard the track.
Everybody on our particular floor heard that track, and I feel like everyone was. I was like, wow, everyone was somewhat impressed with it. I had a chorus. Yeah. I remember the fucking chorus. I have it written down somewhere. Yeah. But
nah, man, didn't have to. We'll get back to this rap beef soon, because I feel like we should have a rap battle and settle this once and for all.
I think it would be the end of Fried Bologna, bro. I think it would be tragic, man, for you. It really would, man.
Yeah. Okay. All right. All right. We'll see what's up. Hey, I'm down for it, man. I don't think you got it, but if you want to catch these bars, if you want to catch this fire, you just let me know, man.
I'm down to battle, but I don't battle for free, so put $1 million up.
You gotta do it.
Put 10 on it. Put 10 on it, bro.
Yeah, the person's 10. Hey, and if anybody also wants to start a GoFundMe for this rap battle, winner take all, go ahead. You can just Venmo money. It don't matter.
I mean, you guys already you guys already paying for the Mayweather Conor bullshit. You might as well pay for this shit too. Why not?
Yeah, this shit would be way more entertaining and a lot less predictable. Although this would be like me being Floyd, you being like Conor in a boxer. I guess that'd probably be pretty soon. It's gonna be a blowout too. So yeah, you might not want to spend no money on this neither.
That's absurd. I'm literally going through my rhyme book, picking which rhyme I'm going to use against you. I have rhyme books. It's an unfair match, but if we can raise $1 million to get it done, we'll get it done. And
don't be thumbing through somebody else's CD lyrics. You can't be looking through an Eminem CD booklet and saying it's your book of rhymes.
It's all coming from the dome, man. It's all coming from me, man. I'm telling you. I'm spitting hot. Hey, remember, speaking of hot fire, remember the band? Remember that? The band.
What happened to them? I know Ness is still he be on like Smack, don't he? Like on those freestyle battles. I think he still be rapping. I don't know what happened to Babs or Chopper or I think what's the other? Frederick, was that his name? Freddie, something like that.
Fred, I think it was just.
I think he got locked up. And Dylon was just seen with Dave Chappelle recently. Like that's some real shit. Like I saw a picture of them too, and he looks the exact same.
So did he really trying to like help? Like did he really what? Because we were really young when that happened. So like what was it?
I think it was just for entertainment. I think it was just for entertainment.
Niggas was dying to get a deal though. They were dying to get a deal. They were actually working hard. It was never gonna work out. And then he came out with that day 26 shit.
I wasn't really I was over it by then. I was definitely over it. I wasn't watching no more Making the Bands.
And then they had there's another group he had, a female group. So
Vanity Kane.
That's the one. Yeah. If I recall, there was one bad one in there. Am I
was
correct?
that Aubrey O'Day? The only one I know is the one that was in Playboy, and I believe that was Aubrey.
Oh man, I can't remember.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was
white girl.
Yeah. Yes, most definitely. Yeah. She did it all for for a little notoriety. Music wasn't selling, might as well get naked.
Shit, that's what Instagram is. That's what that is, man. Oh, speaking of Instagram, came across an interesting article the other day. So I click on the article, and there is a picture.
What was the headline? What guy?
Listen to this headline. Okay, let me try to recite this okay. So the headline was how I utilized my marketing degree to grow my brand on Instagram. So naturally, I'm like, oh shit, okay, this may help me. You know what I mean?
Can I tell you what was in this article without even knowing anything about it? This is the first time I'm hearing of this.
Go ahead.
I can tell you exactly how she used her marketing degree to make money on Instagram. So being that she went to school and learned some things, she probably also learned that sex sells, let me get naked, take pictures of myself, and have booking info and make some money off these sims. Is that what happened? Is that what you read?
100%. So check this out.
Selling pussy on the gram. There you go. That's how you do it. That's how you make your first $1 million.
I click on the article, and I'm on my phone, so it's loading, and I just see the chick's head. I just see her head. I was like, wow, she's a very beautiful girl, right? I'm expecting her to be in I'm expecting her to be clothed, but it's just like she's in the bikini. And the caption of it says, the caption on the photo says, she says, I want to show the world that us IG models have brains too. I was like, oh, I'm going to kill myself.
Doesn't that sound like a huge contradiction? Okay, yeah, they're smart enough to realize they can use their bodies to make money. But it's not like they're out there curing cancer or, figuring out clean sources of energy. They're not creating the next great app.
It gets worse. So keep in mind what the title was. Okay, marketing degree, how it went viral, right? And the first paragraph talks about how she went to school and she got a marketing degree. After that, it turns into a Q&A in which they ask her, what's her favorite sex position?
What's your favorite position?
Right, yeah.
You don't need a marketing degree for that.
Then they ask her, who's your celebrity crush? I was like, wait, what the fuck? What kind of fucking article is this? It had nothing to do with the fucking headline. But yeah.
Well,
man,
actually, it does. How I use my marketing degree to market herself as a sex object, and she just continues to perpetuate that to make her money. It is rather genius.
But one thing that is very odd to me is like, okay, me and you went to college, right? And if we had to write about like our experiences in college and what we learned, and let's say it's like 1,000-word article, okay? Wouldn't you think that we would mention the name of the school? Like if you say I got a BA from Stanford, you would include Stanford. You would say, but there's no mentioning of it never says a BA, and it never says from what university. It just says I got a degree. So I'm thinking it could have very well been one of them South New Hampshire pop-up colleges that we see late at night,
Yeah, while she was taking all these selfies, in between the selfies, she was also earning her degree.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
I don't know if you're female now and you look fairly decent. I don't know how you're not a millionaire.
Well, you also didn't add in willing to, get mostly naked. You got to mention that, too. Because if you're fully clothed, that takes your follower count down significantly.
And you know who is to blame for this shit? You know who is like the queen bee, so to speak? It all started, man,
with Kim Kardashian.
Exactly. I don't know at this point. Like, I don't know who I should be angry with. I don't know if I should be angry. I think I got to be angry at America. I think I got to be disappointed in America. We allow them to build an empire, bruh.
Yeah. Hard-earned money, giving it to these people that don't have any talent except for getting naked. Getting naked is really worth that much? Damn. Man. Well, I mean, worth that much if you're a woman. Nobody pays top dollar to see men naked.
Yeah, man, it's like, it's unfortunate. It would be an avenue I would explore, honestly. If they told me, hey man, you can make $1 million a year, I'm like, shit.
Yo, all right, all these chicks are making a whole bunch of money. Do you know what I think is going to be their downfalls? Tax evasion. I think we're going to see an epidemic of these IG chicks going to prison for tax evasion, and it is going to be Orange is the New Black, Thought Edition, or Orange is the New Black, Real Thoughts of IG, or something like that.
That actually sounds like an actual real show, Real Thoughts of IG.
Trademark.
Yeah, cut that check. Cut that check, E. Cut that check, Bravo.
BET. We'll take BET checks too.
Yeah, we'll sell off a BET. Fuck it. Everybody else does. You know what? Another thing about the IG thought epidemic, and I think when news first broke about this, we talked about this briefly, but the whole thing about the IG thoughts in Dubai.
Oh.
Yeah.
Rumor
bro.
has it that a lot of them, how do I put this? They get defecated upon for about 20, 30 racks. I can't corroborate that. I have no idea how true that is. But that's not a rumor you want floating out there neither.
But here's the thing. Like, I don't know how a rumor like that gets started unless there's some truth to it. And I think
who started telling? Do you think the chick's really gonna come back home and say, "Yeah, he shat on me, but I got 15,000 for it"? You think she's really gonna say that?
I think it's those them motherfucking princes. They don't give a fuck. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
true.
I mean, I saw an interview done where this female reporter was interviewing a prince who was just a billionaire, right? And in the middle of the interview, he proceeds to take out Floyd Mayweather-like stacks of money and just starts making it rain on top of the chick's head while she's interviewing him. So they don't give a fuck. And I think that's some crazy shit, right? They don't give a fuck, man. So I think that like when they invite these chicks over, I think they're 100% blunt. Like, look, I have $50,000. I just found $50,000 on my couch. So come over here, and I'll fly you out, and I'm gonna shit on you. And you can take the money, or you don't.
Send you back home to buy really expensive stuff and let people know that you're taking a trip out to Dubai. You're welcome.
Bunch of filthy animals, man. That you gotta stand for something. I mean, if it doesn't,
hey man, they carry it. Go ahead.
If you don't take a stance there, I mean, what's next?
Man, I don't know, but these are the inspirational quote ones, so you don't really know.
Yeah. Live every day like it's your last.
As I wipe Tamir's shit off my back.
5 years ago, I was in a dark hole, but then I met Amir in Dubai. Oh my God!
And I'm his toilet.
Yeah, and then hashtag live life grow.
Yeah. Moving right along. Hey, I shave my head every day. As a bald man, I like to make sure that I have a clean shave every day. A lot of people don't know how actually having hair is less maintenance than being bald.
Preach. Mm-hmm.
Being bald is a hassle, man. Every day.
Yeah. I'm right there with you, man. I think I first like went bald. I think like 3 years ago, man. And
how'd you take that news? How did you take that? How did it feel?
I think mine was like kind of different because I still had like my hairline was just receding like a tad, right? And I'm gonna be honest. Had I had a good barber, I probably could have held on a little bit longer for another 2 years. But you got to have a barber that works with you. Like I've had barbers where they've been like, I've had good barbers where it's just like, oh, you you kind of thin a little bit here. Okay, so I'm gonna kind of work around it and shape it up a little bit, you know. But then, you know, I moved, and then I was dealing with barbers where it's like, fuck it, we're just gonna trace what you got. And I walked out there looking like Braun. So I was like, fuck it, I'm done. I just don't want to like spend, you know, like $20 and walk out with a fucked up hairline. So just
walk with one of them Kobe hairlines. So I started going to a new barber because I had moved too, and so I didn't know my hairline was getting pushed back. I had no idea because it didn't appear so. So I got my hair cut once from this new barber, and also I noticed I had like a little like freckle or something like right after my hairline. You know what I'm saying? Like I had hair there, so I never saw it. But then all of a sudden I saw it. I'm like, where the hell did that come from? And then I'm like, oh, it looked like he just pushed my hairline back a little bit. No big deal. Next haircut, I'll tell him, I'll let my hair grow out a little bit, tell him not to. And it never really grew back. It just kind of stopped. So then I was like, oh, this is highly unusual. I didn't think, I was like 26. So I didn't expect it to start going so quickly. So then I started just wearing like a bald fade. Like basically all you could see on my head was like a shadow. Because I figured if I'm going to go bald, I might as well get ahead of this thing and make people get used to seeing my head with like just really, really short hair. Like so short you barely see it. And then before you knew it, I started shaving my head and nobody really knew that it was happening.
Wow, that's a very smooth transition, man.
Yeah, you gotta get heavy. You gotta accept it, man. Because if you wear a bald head without any confidence, people can tell. People can tell you're embarrassed of it.
Yeah. It's
you
like
gotta
if
just own it.
It's like if you don't wear a certain outfit with confidence, like if you kind of are coming across like you're not confident in it, people are gonna see right through that.
Oh
shit.
yeah.
Like, yeah. But I was probably. I would say a good 2 weeks in, like being bald, 2 weeks in, and I started getting fucking tired of shaving my fucking head every day. I was like, oh God. But when it first started, I was like, damn, I'm looking clean like a motherfucker every day. But then by week 2, I was like, fuck, gotta shave my fucking head again. I thought I at least would have like a good 2 days, you know?
Man, that's why I look forward to the weekend. The weekend, I don't really shave my head. I get a break.
Same here. You just wear a snap. Yeah, snap, and you just good, man. And then when you shave it like Monday morning, it's a good shave, especially if you got a good razor. You know what I mean?
Good shave. Oh,
yeah,
I have the best shaving cream that you can possibly use. My brother works for this company called CO Bigelow, and they have this really good shaving cream called Proraso, and cleanest, smoothest shave I've ever gotten was using the shaving cream. No lie.
Oh yeah, you mentioned that. You're supposed to send some to me, man. Remember that?
You're right. My bad. I'll get you some. Yes.
So is it like is it a foam or is it like the real shaving? Like I gotta get like a cup, a mug.
Shaving. Yeah, I do have that kind too. They actually do have that kind, but this kind is like a thick cream, and it feels like a really, really good like conditioner for your hair, but thicker than that. And your head, like when you shave like the foam or even the gel, like after one stroke of the razor, it like your head feels like it like dries up really quickly.
Yeah.
And if you go back over that again, you're gonna probably cut yourself. This makes your head stay smooth the entire shave.
Man, that's what I need, man.
Yeah.
Another thing is there's probably no better feeling than, well, it's a great feeling if you're willing to take that fucking chance and do like go against the grain, because then it's like literally smooth as fuck. But when that shit grows back, you pay for it.
Yeah, well, I'm glad you said that, because I rarely shave against the grain, but if I do, they also have this post-shave balm that works really good, man. It makes the hair go back soft. It doesn't make your head, it doesn't give you you have razor burn if you shave against the grain sometimes. Yeah, you stay free from that as well.
Man,
best shaving kits I've ever used, hands down.
Tin Man TC. This sounds like a great product, a dependable product.
Yes, and that it is. And if they would like to advertise on this podcast, they need to cut a check.
Absolutely, I agree.
Did I ruin the commercial? Yeah, man. So anyway, what else you got, man?
Oh, we got to talk about this Kyrie trade.
Oh yeah. What the hell? Now I know you said on a couple calls ago how random our podcast is. You compared it to Kyrie asking for a trade. Now that was random, but I could have bet a paycheck that he was going to New York. I thought they were just going to make that happen.
Yeah, when I read that he got traded to Boston, I'm gonna be honest. Like my heart sank a little bit. I was like, Boston, really? He could have went anywhere but Boston. For me as a fan, I'm just not a Boston guy. I'm really not. And I don't know how well he's going to. How do you think Kyrie feels about that trade? Like, what is going through his head? Is he just that happy to get out of Cleveland, or is he like, fuck, I fucked up?
Well, in theory, Boston is on the rise. Like, they're heading in the right direction. They're getting the right pieces around them.
Yeah. In
theory.
But you go from you go
from a gold medal to a silver medal. I guess, being a runner-up in the Eastern Conference Finals is good enough for him. I don't think, I really like Kyrie Irving. I think he is a phenomenal talent. But I just don't think he has a clear path of thought. I don't think it's smart of him to leave a great situation. Now, I'm only talking about basketball. Relationships, I'm not thinking about that. You have the desire to be the man. Like, I get it, but it's not like Kyrie wasn't the man. In order to win, you got to share it with somebody. Like, even though I think Kobe really kind of started this me kind of superstar mentality, like, it's got to all be about you. I think some could argue Mike started it, but I think Kobe put it on steroids because he made you believe that he was doing it himself, because he would take 20 shots in a row to try to win a game, and everybody thought that was the heart of the champion, when he honestly could have got his teammates involved and made baskets a lot easier for himself. But Kobe even never did it by himself. Sure, he won 2 championships without Shaq, but we're going to act like Ron Artest didn't make a big shot to make them win the championship, or Pau Gasol wasn't a huge factor in that. So I say all that to say I think Kyrie's a little misguided. I think he would have still gone down as a great player, one of the greatest point guards to play the game. But so what, you play with LeBron, man? A lot of people love to play with LeBron.
Yeah, man, but okay, another way to look at it is like, he could be like, hey, man, I'm still only 25 years old, and I already got my rings, or my A ring, right? And it seems like every other day, Bron's going to leave Cleveland. I don't want to be in an abyss in my late prime years where I'm carrying, like, it's me and Jamario Moon carrying the team. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because, like, you got to understand, like, when Bron leaves, teams are destroyed. And I kind of get that. Like,
it looks like the teams be looking like Rio after the Olympics.
Yeah. Yeah, man. It's like, that's actually a spot on. Yeah. And I kind of get that. I kind of feel him on that. Like, you're every other year, you're going to be in a limbo. Like, is he going to leave or isn't he going to leave? And then you got to worry about carrying a team that is probably not even going to make the playoffs. The other thing is this, like, I also feel for Kyrie when you got a dude that's only 6 years older than me, and he's constantly, not only is he talking to me like my little bro, but the media is asking me questions like, how has Bron been a father figure to me? Like, what?
Wait, they really use the word father figure?
Oh man, you didn't hear about? Yeah, man. I think you clip.
They use the word father figure.
Yeah. And Kyrie was like, well, no, I have a father, so he's not a father figure. He's like a brother. I mean, he's a good leader. And
he's only 6 years older. Was LeBron fucking at 6?
Yeah. But I think, man, this is my opinion. I know
how old is he for Bron?
Bron's. Yeah, no. I look. I'm gonna keep it real with you. I know a lot of people are gonna disagree with me, but I do think it does get a little annoying playing with LeBron because he is very quick to throw niggas under the bus, and I think he's also very quick to remind the media. I don't know if you remember when he first came back to Cleveland. I would say up until 25 games in, every post-game interview it started with, as a leader of this team, And I was like, bruh, we got it. You lead the team. But I don't know why they had to be emphasized. That would annoy me if I was like on the team and I'm Kyrie and let's be honest, I'm carrying niggas in the fourth. Let's be honest here. I'm carrying niggas in the fourth to championships. Or just game winners. And I got this big ass 6'8" dude who comes reminding the media how he's the leader of the team. I'm like, well, that's funny. I think only one of us showed up in the fourth, though. I get it.
I mean, I suppose that's a fair argument, especially when you factor in the ego. Ego plays a huge part in things, and LeBron, Kyrie, any NBA player, any professional athlete is not without ego. So I think that that played a factor in it, and I don't know, man. I wish Kyrie the best. I like him, but he can kiss his championship hopes goodbye. He ain't winning no championship ever again.
But it also could be like I think this could be like a legacy move on his part, because he's also probably thinking, the fact that, look, if you got the media asking you questions like that, like how is Bron a father figure to you, it's safe to say that you're probably not going to get your just due. People are always going to say, well, you had LeBron. You had one of the best players in the era. And I kind of commend him for accepting the challenge. Like, well, all right, watch. I give him props for that,
Okay.
I think
so. Like he's got more heart. He's got more heart than Kevin Durant.
Yeah, I totally disagree with what Kevin Durant did.
Yeah. Everybody's got more heart than Kevin Durant.
Yeah. I don't know if you remember, I called it. I said the only way this works out for him the best is if he literally balls the fuck out in the playoffs, and people are like, damn, it looked like it was his team. That's what happened. It made the way he played and the fact that they won the championship, it kind of smoothed everything over,
All right. No,
that's some bullshit.
No. How hard is it for a good player to play well on a great team? Not very hard, because they're already a great team. So how hard is it for a great player to play great on a great team? Kevin Durant one of the top 2 players in the league, joining the best team in the league.
But he outshined.
He was doing, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying I'm not saying it was like he had, he didn't need any of his skill level to do what he did, of course, because he's a great player. But that shit was easy, man. It's easy work when you got to key in on damn near everybody on the floor.
I agree, but I knew that he was gonna ball out, okay? But I think it's impressive that it damn near looked like it was his team. When you already got Steph there, and I almost, given his personality, I almost thought he would come in and kind of just fit in, but he took over. You gotta give him props there. I didn't think, and it's harder.
You're never gonna hear me question how good he is. Kevin Durant is an insanely talented player. He is just a mark. That's all.
Yeah, I really, man, like, I really just, I don't respect that shit. I don't know how you could just go to the team that kind of destroyed your playoff hopes, and given the fact that it was you who played really bad in the stretch against them. I would want to run that back. I would want to get that back, man.
Well, he threw the game. He threw the series. Kevin Durant didn't want to win. He didn't. Because if he won, he couldn't leave. And he was trying to go, and he was trying to go to Golden State. But I'll be real. I told myself I was not going to talk about Kevin Durant after this season's over, because now it just I sound like a hater. The season's over. They won the championship. They won in 5 games. They lost 1 game in the playoffs. Like, now I just sound like a hater. So me saying anything is coming off the wrong way. So I told myself I wasn't going to talk about it. But I brought it up, so that's my own fault.
But it's a weird league, man. It's too buddy now. That's the problem. Like, that players are teaming up to form Voltron and shit, and I just miss, like, the old days where they were cool off the court, but on the court they were really trying to tear the heart out of your chest. Yeah, man.
Yeah. Now, I'm going to say this because I don't want to be a hypocrite. Like, I did say that I'm all for steroids in sports. Like, go ahead, use them. If everybody uses steroids, it still only comes down to talent. So, at the same time, like, since this is the new age of basketball we're in now, where everybody becomes, like, all the great players on 2 teams, man, I say get as great as you can. Have all the best players on the Warriors, have all the best players on the Cavs, and let them, like, just fight it out. Shit, it's going to wind up with them anyway. Why not they be as evenly matched as they can with great players?
I agree, man.
Yeah, this is like the steroid era of the NBA.
Yeah,
I'm coining that. That's mine. This is the NBA steroid era.
Let me ask you this. Does LeBron look like a genetic freak to you?
He is a freak of nature, yes. He won the genetic lottery, and he is the equivalent of the first person, or one of the few people to win $1 billion lottery. There's been a lot of people that's won $100 million, $200 million, $500 million dollar lotteries, genetically. But I think LeBron might be one of very few that won the $1 billion lottery.
That's I think that's spot on, man. Well, yeah, I mean, you kind of win already if you hit 6'8", 6'9", but then to have like a frame that can put on 240 pounds, but still be agile,
solid muscle, be fast, quick, explosive. It's not fair.
I guess like how do you have a bad game on the basketball court when if your jumper's not falling, you can just literally drive down the lane and just explode niggas like and just dunk all over them when you want to. I don't get he's Karl Malone but with like Jordan's agility.
Yeah, Magic Johnson's court vision. Like, yeah, he's just a whole bunch of just genetic anomalies rolled into one. Thank God he's not handsome. Oh, thank God LeBron James is not handsome. It wouldn't be fair. It's bad enough that, if you're moderately athletic, you're still not as athletic as LeBron James. But imagine that he looked like fucking, like, Genuine. That's a loss for everybody. We can't win. Like,
yeah,
I'd understand if my girl left me for him. What am I gonna say?
Well, and to that point, I like if he's a super handsome guy and he has all those physical attributes, right, and he's super rich. If I'm his advisor, I'm literally leaning over in our meetings and saying, "Hey, man, I think we should consider world domination." Not the presidency. I think we should literally try to take over the world, LeBron. Like the entire world. What do you think about that? Yeah, you good? Okay, we'll get into motion. Seriously, because
he's already taken over quite a bit. Yeah, but if he was handsome, yeah, the world would be his.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah, thank God LeBron's daddy was ugly.
Oh, I was gonna get us blackballed. How many blackball statements have we made? I think we've only done 2 so far. We've literally dissed people that people normally
they
don't
got
diss.
some weight in the game. Yeah, well.
Yeah. Oh,
dude,
we got 3. No, we got 4. We got Drake. We got Will Smith. We got Jay-Z.
Oh yeah.
And now we got Bron.
And we said something about a Kardashian too, so I don't know.
Oh man, we got a hit on us.
Yeah, hey man, but hey, you shoot for the stars, you might land on the moon.
Michael Jordan, man, he believed himself, man. He can fly.
Yeah, he did
fly
believe
from the
he
free
could
throw
fly.
line. By the way, speaking of flying, please tell me you saw that YouTube footage of Mike Conley's dad gliding from the free throw line in the dunk contest back in the day. Please tell me.
No, I didn't. No, I have not.
I don't know. It doesn't even look like it's like a college. It looks like it's just like one of those pro-am dunk contests in the late 80s, I guess, right? Mike Conley, I don't know how tall his dad is, but I'm guessing maybe 6'3", 6'4", I'm guessing. He does a dunk where he dunks from the free throw line, but bruh, it's legit. It's a couple toes behind the free throw line.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, it's nasty. It's nasty, man. It had room to spare.
Ah, man. See? And that's one of those guys that won the genetic lottery. He didn't win the $1 billion lottery, but he won about a good 50, 60 mil in genetic lottery.
Wow.
And Connolly Jr. is just an heir.
Yeah, making 127 million.
And that's real money, not metaphorical money like I've been talking about.
Wow. Yeah, they're not giving me that much money. Actually, though, like,
yeah,
all things considered, if you really think about it, like someone like Floyd Mayweather, he's actually not that irresponsible. Like, I mean, like, think about it. If someone was like, hey man, for this next podcast, we only want you to do 30 minutes of work, but we're gonna give you $350,000 for it. Be honest with yourself. Be honest with yourself.
Well, yeah, I take it, duh.
but it'd be hard. It'd be hard to do the right things with that money. It would be hard.
Yeah, you're right. 'Cause I'm taking a very, very lavish, frivolous vacation. There's $100K right there. That's 100,000 down the road, right there.
Yeah.
And my mom's gonna stick me up for tens of thousands of racks.
Yeah. And you haven't even considered, I mean, of course you have to get a gold chain, so that's
and I haven't even put any money away from my kid yet.
Well, hey, college will be there forever, but certain gold rope chains, bro, limited time only.
Sutton, you only have a small window.
See what I mean, man? So
and we didn't even pay taxes.
Fuck the tax, man. You give me on the next year. Fuck Mayweather, my shit.
Yeah, everything's going into foreclosure. You gotta sell that gold chain. Yeah, I can't sell back all that cocaine I've done.
But when
you're like, give that back.
Yeah. All drugs. That's in my
I don't know how to
system.
give you back all this liquor I've consumed.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I just think, it's really hard to be responsible with money, man. Especially when it's like, it's easy work you're doing, you know?
Yeah.
Good luck with that.
Like Royce the 5'9" said that Dr. Dre said, money's easy to make, but hard to keep.
Man, Dre would know.
Yeah, because he's got a ton of it.
Yeah, I would say, what? See, the thing is, like, if you're rich, right, and let's say you made $50 million last year, it would kind of sting me when the tax time comes, and it's like, oh yeah, you owe the IRS $20 million. It's like, what?
Don't you just drop dead?
Huh?
Don't you just drop dead at that point?
It seems like, think about it. You made $50 million, but you gotta give $20 million to the IRS. $20 million.
Yeah, that's a stick up.
Yeah, man.
That's a lick.
And if you don't
Uncle
pay it, they Wesley snap
Sam
your ass.
stuck you for your paper. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yes. Yeah, they're gonna lock you up, and they'll keep you for all of that time.
It's not right, man.
And then they got to lean on everything you own. Like you get out of prison, you get a job. Where you think most of your check is going? Oh, they're gonna get theirs. They're gonna get theirs.
Yeah, I think it's a lot easier to go bankrupt than what people think, man. It's hard, man. Speaking of bankrupt, I saw I don't know if he's bankrupt now, but I saw Vince Young on Undisputed, man. Remember how doped Vince Young was? Fuck. He was nice.
Yeah.
And
so much potential.
Yeah. Now he's just
don't
a speaker.
Don't he work at Safeway? Don't he work at Safeway?
Dude's just a speaker, like a speaker to help young guys not make the same mistakes that he made. But I mean, isn't that what the NFL is? Like they just dump a whole bunch of money and give these guys millions of dollars. And it's like, okay, go ahead, be responsible. Good luck.
No real financial education, man. That's again, man, no financial education. What else? What else are you supposed to do but buy everything you've ever wanted?
Yeah, and it also like the common man doesn't take into account like, okay, you sit down at a table with an NFL team and they're like, okay, you're going to be the star of the team, so here's $25 million over 5 years. Oh, by the way, you also get $1 million signing bonus. Oh, by the way, if you hit these goals during the season, you get like another $150,000. It doesn't seem like the money. It seems like you're always gonna make money. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's not like, oh shit, I'm only making 25 mil, so let me. It's like
and then
you probably
young,
shoot the right
you're
way.
Invincible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
you're never gonna get injured.
Yeah, man. To be young, man. Jeez.
And then before you know it, you're doing seminars you're doing seminars for money, telling people how to not lose theirs.
Yeah. But I've been known for a while that like football players, I mean, don't get me wrong, a lot of athletes, they make money, they don't give a fuck. You know, like J.R. Smith, he don't give a fuck, right? But
he used to not give a fuck.
Oh yeah,
I believe
right.
J.R. Smith gives a fuck now.
That Braun Simmons package, yeah, he acting right now. Yeah, okay. But I've been known NFL players don't give a fuck. And I'll tell you when I first realized I was a kid, but when I saw Deion Sanders come out with that video, that rap video back in like 95, I think it's called Must Be the Money.
Yeah, I know.
I was like, oh shit, NFL players don't give a fuck. Like, the nigga plays baseball and football and had a time to record an album and shoot a video for the single. He don't give a fuck, bro.
That was a hell of a time to be alive.
Wasn't that around the time when, that was like 95, 96. Those good rap years too, man. Damn.
Oh man, the 90s. The 90s. It's the 90s, man. They came and went so quickly. Some of the 2000, 2010, that came and went quickly too. I lived through 2 decades already. 2 really good decades. The 90s and the early 2000s. I mean, I know there's some people out there that probably say the 80s and 70s were dope too, but I just don't think they were messing with the 90s and the early 2000s.
Now, are you talking about just rap, or are you just talking about just in general?
In general.
Well, see, here's the thing though. I think the 80s might have us because that's like cocaine galore. You know what I mean? Like, every fucking day was a party. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we're living that shit right now. We're just too old and responsible to be irresponsible and party and then do all the drugs. I think that's what it is.
But here's the thing, man. I don't know if it's never too late to just become a rock star, man. I don't know. Like,
I know. I don't recommend it. Don't make another low IQ moment.
Hey, man. Well, shit, based on what I'm seeing on social media, low IQ pays. You do something stupid. Look, check this out.
Well,
I'm on YouTube. I saw a video. I think I told you about this. I saw a video, and it was like 10 ways how to really become successful in life, from some of the best business leaders in the world. That was the fucking title, right? Along those lines. And it was like, it said posted 10 days ago, and the view count was 175,000 views. Okay. I literally scrolled down a couple videos, and then the name of the video was randomly throwing water on people as they walk down the street. Posted 2 hours ago. 1.2 million views. I said, he's a millionaire. He became a millionaire. I said, okay, this is the time we're living in. Fuck being responsible. Fuck trying to make a difference. Shit, just prank people.
Yeah, you're right. Fuck with people, videotape it, that's an old sentence. Record it, and you get yourself paid. You get yourself famous.
Yeah.
But hey, these days, people want to be more famous than rich. I think.
That's a good point.
I think that shout out to Pusha T and MFTR. That was one of my favorite joints from his last album. But yeah, people just want the notoriety. They want those likes. They want them retweets. They want the shares. They want those million views. I think that kind of notoriety is like, that's what people clamor for these days. Attention.
Yeah, I agree. And another thing, besides the IG Thots epidemic, there's another epidemic that happened because of social media. Everybody's a comedian. Everybody.
Yeah.
I had no idea there were so many aspiring comedians in the world.
There are some funny people out there, though, man. I would love to, like, because there's a lot of shit that's not funny, and I would love to hate on that. But the shit that is funny is really funny. Okay,
I hear you, but see, I don't know if I don't know if there's anybody on social media like that deserves like a TV show. Like I don't know if people out there are that funny, because I'll chuckle at some comments. I'll see a video. I'm like, okay, that's pretty funny. It's pretty funny, but I'm not gonna subscribe, right?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but hey, subscriptions don't mean as much as views. So I've learned.
So yeah, we just learned that shit yesterday, apparently. Yeah.
So
hey man, all right, I'm gonna let you go, man. I gotta get out of here.
All right, man. Sounds good. Nice talking to you, homie.
Likewise, bro.
Yeah, hey man, and we're just a couple suburban hood niggas out here trying to get it.
Amen, bro. Amen.
All right, man. Talk to you soon.
All right. Later.
I went ahead and asked God for forgiveness, so now I'm just asking you to listen.
Thanks for listening to Fried Bologna.
Please be sure to subscribe to the podcast on iTunes and Google Play to catch new episodes every Monday at 7 a.m. Pacific.
And check us out on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube for even more content.
Fried Bologna.
A hood delicacy.
Their legacies and bottles make them walk like they 30 years is right around the corner. We was all fucking Shauna. You and E was